Need some help finding some edge in the prop market? Check out the PropsAI tool on the LineStar app, your one-stop shop for all the information you need to place smarter bets. Gain insights into player history, projections, and trends, along with sportsbook odds. You can even compare the lines across multiple sportsbooks using our prop finder. Get the edge with PropsAI today at LineStarApp.com and take your prop betting game to the next level. Good luck, and as always, bet responsibly. Welcome to the Pre-Snap Podcast presented by LineStar. I'm Shannon Sommerville with your top 3 NFL player prop bets for tonight's wildcard showdown between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Philadelphia Eagles. So the Eagles are 3-point favorites on the road in this one, but the Eagles have struggled as of late, so this should be a good game. First of all, before we get into today's picks, I do have to publicly apologize to all the Green Bay Packers fans on our show previewing the Cowboys-Packers fans. I said, there's no way the Packers are going to be able to beat the Cowboys in this one. And sure enough, the Cowboys did Cowboys things in the playoffs, absolutely choked. Man, that was just brutal. So also, along with that heartfelt apology to Packers fans, my heartfelt condolences to Cowboys fans. Man, that was a rough one to witness for you guys. So hopefully you can win some money here with our picks and maybe start to feel a little better. I mean, nothing quite helps more like winning some money to at least, take the sting out a little bit. So hopefully we can provide you some winning bets here for today. Overall on the weekend, not too bad. I mean, it was kind of it was a super wild card weekend, that's for sure. We were, 7 of 12 on our prop picks, 58%. We cashed on 4 of 7 touchdown calls, though, and all those were plus money. So hopefully you were able to put together a winning ticket or two with our advice, and the advice coming from the LineStar app. The PropsAI tool is what we've been using with our prop bets to help you find the best value in the prop market. It compares LineStar's projection to what's out there in the prop market. It's a really great tool. You can check that out yourself at LineStarApp.com. So a little late to the party on this video. Apologies for that. We did want to wait and get some lines on the Eagles. As of Friday, we weren't able to find any really good lines for the Eagles players. We were still waiting on some information. In this one, of course, big news, A.J. Brown out for the Eagles in this one. This was just a really hard game to kind of look at and just sit down and kind of handicap things. However, I think I have found some good value. Now, these picks are available on Underdog Fantasy, PrizePicks, Sleeper, and CHALKBOARD. If you don't have those apps, download them. Use the promo code LineStar and you'll get $100 of your first deposit match. So make sure to take advantage of that. The links are below along with that promo code LineStar. Starting things off for us is going to be Eagles tight end Dallas Goedert, over 49.5 receiving yards. Now, you can see LineStar and the consensus both projecting the over in this one. Now, Goedert's only averaging just over 42 receiving yards per game, and he's only gone over 4 games this season. However, Goedert is a guy that you got to think with A.J. Brown out, they're going to be going to early and often. He's been over in 2 of 3 playoff games last season, so he's a guy they go to when they need some big chunk yardage in important situations, and that was over including in the Super Bowl as well. Now, when you look at Tampa Bay, they actually rank 30th in receiving yards allowed to opposing tight ends, 63.4 per game allowed. So I think Dallas Goedert's in an excellent position, especially with A.J. Brown out in this one. Those targets got to go somewhere, and I think it's going to go to the tight end, Dallas Goedert. Not only do I like the Eagles tight end, but I also like Tampa Bay's tight end, Cade Otton, over 21.5 receiving yards. Now, I got the line at 21.5. It has since gone up to 24.5. I still like the over on 24.5, and so does LineStar's model projecting the over as well as the consensus. A consensus is basically just the aggregate of all of the other industry leaders and their projections. Otton's averaging 26.8 receiving yards per game. He's gone over this line in 6 of the last 10. And Philadelphia's defense ranks 28th in pass defense DVOA versus opposing teams' tight end. They've really struggled to contain opposing tight ends. In fact, the opposing tight end one has gone over in 9 of the last 10 games. Also, the opposing tight end averaging 50 receiving yards per game over the last 10 games. Otton's in a great spot. This Philly defense has just really looks like a shell of itself. Since week 9, they're actually 31st in EPA per play. That's expected points allowed per game. I just think the Eagles defense is not going to be able to contain Otton in this one, so look for him for a big game here. And lastly, with the news that A.J. Brown is out in this one, we've got to go to DeVonta Smith in this one. And his line for receiving yards is 65.5. I just think that's still too low, especially with that injury news. LineStar's projection and the consensus both side with the over here. Smith averaged 66.6 receiving yards per game, and he's been over that in 8 of 16 games. And keep in mind, most of that with A.J. Brown in the mix there. Now he's going up against a Tampa Bay Bucs defense that ranks 25th in pass defense DVOA versus opposing team's wide receiver 1. And even with Brown in the lineup, he's like a wide receiver 1B option. Tampa Bay has allowed the 4th most receiving yards to wide receivers. Even though the Eagles' passing game hasn't really been what it was, I just think going up against this pass funnel Bucs defense, DeVonta Smith's in a great spot, especially without A.J. Brown out in the lineup. I expect him to clear the over here on 65.5 receiving yards. You can tailor our picks if you would like on Underdog Fantasy, PrizePicks, Sleeper, Chalkboard. Again, use the promo code LineStar when you download those apps for up to $100 of your first deposit match. And if you could do us a huge favor right now, if you are enjoying our content, if you've been enjoying our content all season long, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and give a comment below. A comment also enters you into our prop bets contest. So if we go 3 for 3 on our picks for this game, one randomly selected commenter will win $60, and we'll announce that on the next show. So you got to be in it to win it. Comment below. Let us know where you're headed. Also like to hear from you guys what you think of my picks. Like to hear your feedback and what you think. I know there's going to be some rain in the forecast. I tend to not overestimate the weather impact in this one. I didn't do it this weekend against Kansas City. Took Travis Kelce over on receptions and receiving yards, and that cashed as well. So you got to be careful with the weather conditions in this one, if that was a question of yours. I know we're looking at some potentially bad weather in Tampa in this one. I'm not too discouraged by it. I still like our props here, but let me know what you think again in the comment. A comment also enters you into the contest. You could win $60. So got to be in it to win it. Let us know where you're headed. We all got to work together to try to beat the Bucs here, so let's get it. Now it's time for touchdown calls of the game. And in this one, I'm actually going back to a prop bet that I gave out, and that is Cade Otton. I love his price tag here, plus 470. Look at all that juice. He only has 4 touchdowns on the year, so yeah, this is more of a long shot situation. However, he does have 5 red zone targets over the last 8 weeks. That's actually the 2nd most red zone targets on Tampa Bay, behind only Mike Evans. And now he's going up against an Eagles defense, 28th in pass defense DVOA versus opposing teams' tight ends, and Philadelphia, 30th in opponent red zone scoring percentage. So Cade Otton in a good spot. I just love the price tag here at plus 470. I mean, why not? Take a ticket out on it. Good luck in all of your prop betting endeavors. Again, the tool that I'm using to help me with all this research is the PropsAI tool on the LineStar app, and you can find that at LineStarApp.com. Again, let me know where you're headed. We're all trying to beat the Bucs here together, so let's go out there, win some money, enjoy the game. Should be a good one. We'll see you next time.